Hey, I'm Andy. Today I'm going to be reacting to another Expleened video, story mode, whatever you want to call it. And this one is Silent Hill 1 Expleened. And yeah, I chose this one just because at the time of this recording, the new Silent Hill game was announced recently. And yeah, I decided to start this one. Seemed like he'd done a lot of them. But I do want to go back to Code Veronica Explain, see how that was. So that'll be in the future. But yeah, for now, Silent Hill 1. And as for this, I never played Silent Hill, like any of them, honestly. I've played a mod on Left 4 Dead 2 that I think was Silent Hill. All I remember about that mod is that we went from this town into, what was it, like a school? And then into like the harbor or something, or the pier or something like that. All while it was like either really foggy or really rusty looking, but it's been years. But yeah, I've never actually played Silent Hill, any of the Silent Hill games. I've played Alone in the Dark on MS-DOS, and that was a thing. So I never really beat it, but yeah, just giving my background on these games. So yeah, let's see what Silent Hill 1's all about.
Shh, we're playing Silent Hill. The story takes place in the fictional town of Silent Hill in the fictional state of Maine. Welcome to sunny Silent Hill. Harry Mason.
I do remember the Pyramid Head. I don't know the context behind the Pyramid Head, but I do remember I know about the Pyramid Head.
And his favorite daughter, Cheryl, are taking a nice, relaxing drive to Silent Hill when, oh my god, what is that? Harry parks the car safely into a ditch. Ouch, he regains consciousness, but oh no, where's his daughter, adopted daughter, Cheryl? She's run off. I'll just wait here.
Wait, I'm gonna go back.
And his favorite daughter, Cheryl.
It doesn't look like she was buckled. So, she might have just got flung out during that crash or something like that. I did not see a...
Oh my god, what is that?
Yeah, let's see if we can go back. Yeah, I do not see a seatbelt. Like, wouldn't the seatbelt be like right here? So
what was that? Harry parks the car safely.
I feel like she could have just easily been flung out.
Into a ditch. Ouch, he regains consciousness, but oh no, where's his daughter, adopted daughter, Cheryl? She's run off. I'll just wait.
Wait, what was that? Going back a little bit. Why did we give a 9-year-old the name of a 43-year-old woman? I mean, the 43-year-old woman had to have that name as a kid, right? So... yeah.
She's run off. I'll just wait here. No, he decides to panic, and he leaves the wreckage to look for his daughter. Oh, that's weird. The whole town is abandoned. Surely someone would say something about that. Nope. Harry spots Cheryl in the distance running away.
So, yeah, I know I'm pausing a lot, but yeah, the fogginess is, I think, a twofold thing, right? One, it sets the atmosphere for the game. Like, it's hard to see. It's very spooky. But then, I'm not 100% sure, but I think technology-wise, it's also very good in that it limits what it'll load on the screen, right? So you can, I guess, do more for less on the PlayStation.
He gives chase and ends up down a dark alley. Cheryl, you dummy, stop running. And we hear a siren in the distance. Suddenly, everything's dark.
Right.
Using a lighter, Harry sees that he's moved into a different dimension, and everything's kind of spooky now. Everything is covered in blood, and the upholstery is in a terrible way. Unfazed and still determined.
That's why it looked rusty. So it's like it was supposed to like simulate a different dimension. I did not know that. I was like, why does this pier look rusty?
To find Cheryl, Harry continues down the dark alley. What's this? A horrific corpse.
Ugh.
Stop! I could have dropped my croissant!
Harry, look out. He's attacked by a bunch of creepy monsters.
Oh,
Harry
no.
is overpowered, and he blacks out. Harry regains consciousness in
pleasure.
a deserted cafe 5-2. Harry meets Sybil Bennett, a name that sounds made up. I'll have a grande frappuccino, please, but she's a police officer, and she's from the neighboring town of Brahms, and is investigating the mysterious deserting of Silent Hill. She gives Harry a shotgun because it's America. She leaves
That's not a shotgun.
to look for help. Harry finds more weapons in here and a knife. Before Harry can poke around the cafe anymore, though, a huge winged creature comes crashing through the window. With the help of his new best friend, the shotgun, Harry defeats the monster before getting the hell out of there with all the free plastic straws he can carry. In the alley,
I do remember this in the Left 4 Dead 2 mod, so I guess the Left 4 Dead 2 mod was the original Silent Hill.
Harry first got his arm served to him. He finds a note supposedly left by Cheryl, directing him to the school. Harry makes his way through the town to Midwich Elementary School. There he meets some child-sized monsters called...
All I can say about that mod, though, it was... I think they expected people to have some prior knowledge to it, but the friends I played with and me did not, so we got lost. And the mod itself, I think it was at least 6 maps long, which, I mean, it was pretty long, and it took multiple sessions to get through it. Yeah, we just kept getting lost.
Mumblers, speak up.
It was nice, though.
Classic. Harry finds 3 riddles. The answer is the school's clock tower, so he heads there, but it goes all spooky again.
Oh, no.
Now he's in the Dark Realm version of the school. Harry
I remember
stumbles through the Dark Realm until he comes face to face with a shadow known as the Split Head. The clue's in the name. Harry tussles with the Split Head, eventually defeating it if you're good, and returning everything back to normal, sort of normal-ish, good enough. Harry makes his way to the school's boiler room, where he sees a girl for a moment before she disappears before his very eyes.
Disappearing woman gives me indigestion. So yeah, I think, like, obviously with Left 4 Dead 2, you don't have the bosses like you have in Silent Hill 1. So I think at those points in the mod, they just throw in a tank.
No time to dwell on that.
I could be remembering
Harry.
wrong, though.
It's the church.
I've
Do
never
you hear
done
that
this again.
bell? It's ringing for you. Get in there before Jesus scolds you for being late. In the church, he sees a woman praying at the altar. The woman is Dahlia Gillespie, also sounds made up. She seems to be a sweet old woman, albeit very creepy and definitely part of a cult. Dahlia hands Harry a mystical item called a flower rose and points him in the direction of the hospital. Before Harry can pop a question or two, Dahlia dashes out of there. Harry crosses a bridge to central Silent Hill. It's not much nicer, but the real estate prices are outrageous. Harry enters the hospital, and instead of a monster, he finds Dr. Kaufman. Kaufman tells Harry that his daughter is probably dead, and time to make a new one with his wife, but then Harry tells him that his wife is dead, and he goes, oh. Anyway, we find a strange red liquid called
Blood?
Aglyphotos.
Or not.
Called Aglyphotos. Harry then heads down to the basement to turn on a generator. After getting back into the elevator, Harry notices that there's a 4th floor now available to visit that wasn't available to visit before. And because Harry just still hasn't got the gist of what's going on, he goes there and finds out that it's a Dark Realm version of the hospital. Oh no. Yeah, he fights some more monsters and some sexy nurses. It's time for your sponge bath. But instead of a sponge, it's death. And instead of a bath, it's death. While exploring, Harry finds a picture of a girl we saw in the boiler room, and this time it's been conveniently labeled with her name. Alyssa. So, Lisa, exposition time, perhaps?
We're under strict order.
The world starts to leave the dark and goes into the light version, and Lisa leaves with it too. Boo. Waking up, Harry is met by...
Yes, Dahlia Gillespie.
What's going on?
Darkness.
Dahlia knows a lot about what's going on, but she won't give a straight answer, and instead gives Harry a key and tells him to head to an antique shop. In the antique shop, we meet up with Sybil. Keeping on theme, she fills his mind magazine with 16 hollow point rounds of exposition. Sybil apparently saw Cheryl walking on the lake. Jesus style. Sybil also discovered a drug trafficking ring run by Dr. Kaufman. He's selling Percocets and weed to tourists without a prescription. Harry and Sybil find a hidden altar in the antique room. The altar enables Harry to telepathically communicate with Lisa, the nurse. Well, it's not telepathic. He actually teleports there and then he talks about it. But you get the idea. He's doing a message. Talking to Lisa, Harry learns about some Silent Hill history. Before Silent Hill went all spooky, it was a resort town run by a cult that dabbled in black magic. As new people started to move into Silent
What could go wrong? A resort place owned by people that does black magic? Sure.
Hill, there were mysterious deaths, and it was chalked up as some sort of curse. Harry asks her about Dahlia and finds out that her daughter died in a fire a few years ago. Harry wakes up from his telepathic chat, and he goes to find the lake that Sybil saw Cheryl moonwalking across. On his way there, Harry enters the mall, where some television screens suddenly show a terrified Cheryl, followed by some odd symbols. Then Harry stumbles upon Kaufman being attacked. Harry saves Kaufman. Yay, thank you. Then he picks up a vial of red liquid alga photos that Kaufman dropped. Kaufman snatches it back from him and tells him to get lost.
Leave me alone!
Harry finds himself back in the hospital where he sees Lisa again. She gives him directions to the lake. And luckily for him, those directions happen to be through the sewer system. Once out of the sewers, Harry meets up with Sybil and Dahlia again. Dahlia has inferred that the darkness consuming the town has something to do with this Alessa chick. It's all her fault, she says. Dahlia tells Harry that Alessa is in the lighthouse and sends him off to go fight that thing, even though no one thinks he'll win. Harry runs to the lighthouse.
So I guess the thing I'm remembering about a pier or the harbor is a lighthouse?
To his certain doom, where he briefly sees Alessa before she disappears again.
I wonder if the mod's still available, but like you said, it's been so many years. Like it might have been changed, updated, what have you, but yeah, it was an interesting mod.
So instead, Harry goes to the amusement park.
Oh, the amusement park. Okay.
There's Sybil doing business. She's been investigating the place, and this roller coaster is definitely not up to standard. But oh no, Sybil is
saw someone call OSHA.
possessed. Harry exchanges a few punches and also bullets with Sybil before giving her some of that red goo.
I'll have what she's having.
And she comes back to normal. Suddenly, Alessa appears again. Use the fluoros. You have subdued me. But wait, things are about to get a little twisty. Dahlia shows up. She reveals that Alessa's her daughter.
Not the fly.
Dahlia admits that she manipulated Harry. Haha, I have manipulated you. I wanted you to subdue Alessa for me. Dahlia then takes Alessa away. Haha, my schemes. Harry then wakes up in the darker realm hospital. Lisa's there, but this time she's a corrupt monster who's bleeding out of every orifice of her body. She begs for Harry to help, but he chickens out because she's not his time.
I'm just looking for a girl that I can laugh with.
Exploring more, Harry encounters flashback time. Alessa was born into a cult family. Dahlia performed a ritual that forced Alessa to birth a god for the cult. This ritual involved burning down the house while Alessa was trapped inside. Alessa survived and split her soul in twain to prevent the birth of the god. Alessa's status as a vessel made her immortal. One half of the soul was manifested into Cheryl. The other half stayed in Alessa. Lisa then cared for Alessa in secret in order to fulfill her drug addiction to PTV, which was supplied by Dr. Kaufman. He's in on it. What does PTV stand for? No one knows. Oh, wait, hold on. The wiki says that it's made from an indigenous plant called White Claudia. It's a hallucinogen. Dahlia casts a spell to lure Cheryl back to Silent Hill, and upon entering the town, Alessa's soul was rejoined. Harry gets back up after watching the flashbacks. He soon finds Dahlia, Sybil, and Alessa, and a figure wrapped in bandages.
Who's that?
Shit, that's Alessa and Cheryl recombined. Gross. The Alessa demon thing comes to life, and it looks like it's going to put up one hell of a fight, but then Kaufman, from nowhere, comes running in and throws a vial of red goo on the demon.
Oh, that's slow-mo. The super slow-mo.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
Somehow exercising it. From the writhing, dying demon thing, an incubus emerges from its back, and the incubus kills Dahlia. No, Dahlia. Harry then fights and defeats the incubus. Amongst the flames and chaos, we see an Alessa Cheryl hybrid, who hands Harry a
Okay.
baby. Here you go, thanks. Harry, Sybil, and Kaufman make their escape, but before all three can, Lisa appears and drags Kaufman down to... Oh, bye, Kaufman. Harry and Sybil is so close to escaping, but the darker...
I'm sure he will return in future games, right? So it's always like the thing. It's like the trope, right? They just get dragged away, and then they will appear in future sequels or like the next part or something like that.
realm is collapsing too. Oh no, it's coming for you. So using the last of her powers, the Alessa Cheryl hybrid stops the destruction enough for them to be able to leave before everything's engulfed in flames. Sybil, Harry, and the baby make it out alive. Yay. Well, not really. Harry's daughter is dead, and now he has to care for this random baby. But at least he gets to keep the shotgun. One take, I'm a busy man.
Wait, that was it? That was it. That was such an abrupt ending. that was such an abrupt ending. Wow. I think this has to be one of the earlier ones because it was just him. Like no editor, like no many kudos, right? So wow. So yeah, that was Silent Hill 1. It's from what I played in the mod, there was a lot of similarities. So I mean, it's not a 1-to-1, but I mean, I guess I can say I played it. Probably not. Yeah, I don't know if I should play it. I mean, I don't have the time right now. I have way too many stuff going on. Steam Next Fest is going on at the time of this recording, and I still need to play Claire Obscure. I need to continue playing Claire Obscure and all that stuff. So, yeah, Silent Hill. I might I'm eventually going to continue the other Expleens of this series and Explained in general. So, like I said, I'm doing these once a week. But yeah, I don't know how I would feel had I played it at the time it came out. Because I didn't grow up with a PlayStation. I had a PlayStation later on when it was like more compact and known as the PS1. Like the one was spelled out. So I didn't have that for too long. It was like right before the PS2 came out, I think. So around that time. I was a late start for the console stuff. Before that, I had a TurboGrafx 16. So yeah. So yeah, anyways, that was Silent Hill 1 Explained. Really interesting. Like I said, never played it, but I did play the mod on Left 4 Dead 2, so there was some similarities, albeit I guess it was more the scenery and the area that was more similar. But anyways, hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, thank you for watching and have a nice day.